So it's December 2019, which means it's time to do my end of year review for what I consider the best skin, hair and body care of 2019. For oil-based cleanser, my go-to is the Dermalogica Pre-Cleanse Balm. It's also available in an oil. I like the balm as I find it a little bit more controllable when I'm putting it on my face. I do double cleanse every single day. I tend to do that at the end of the day, in the evening. For a water-based cleanser, I go with the CosRx Low pH Good Morning Cleanser. This is a really nice cleanser. It gets your face beautifully clean, perfectly set up, ready for your toner and serums, etc. So for toner, I go for the Paula's Choice Advanced Replenishing Toner with hyaluronic acid. I've tried many toners this year, some from Korean, others from UK, US and European brands, and I keep going back to this one. I'm a big advocate of vitamin C serums. I tend to rotate mine. I don't use them every single day. I'll use them for around 6 weeks and then take 6 weeks off. And for me, the clear winner here is the Ole Henriksen Truth Serum. Niacinamide is something that I can't imagine doing without. It's like hyaluronic acid. It's one of those skincare additions that I want to use in all of my skincare from now on. And I use the Ordinary's niacinamide 10% with 1% zinc. I find that this gives me a very good result. Literally within a couple of days I noticed my skin tone started to even out. It's been very helpful for reducing overproduction of oil. I tend to get oily either side of my nose, typical T-zone sort of thing. I'm dry across the cheeks. I use it in the morning as part of my morning routine. Very pleased with it and ridiculously affordable. Now for exfoliation, I go for chemical exfoliation, which is AHA and BHA. Now, rather than separate them, I'm going to give you two different products here that I use, although they are combined products, which doesn't make sense, but I hope it will do when I explain it. So during the week, during the day, I use the CosRx AHA BHA Clarifying Toner. That is gentle enough for me to use every day, but it does a nice job of slightly resurfacing the skin with the AHA, getting into those pores with the BHA, and I use that 6 days a week. On the 7th day, which is the Sunday, I use the Ordinary's AHA. The difference with the Ordinary is it's a 30% AHA plus BHA, so it's a much stronger AHA formula than the CosRx, and I will use that as a skin peel. Rather than a put on and leave on toner, I will actually put this on Sunday night, wash it off with warm water. The skin immediately feels softer and rejuvenated. Love it. Great product. Ridiculously easy to afford, like most of the Ordinary. Definitely recommended as long as your skin can tolerate a stronger AHA. There are so many sheet masks to choose from, and generally speaking they're fairly affordable, so you can try several ones until you find the one that works for you. But for me, a personal favourite that I love is the Tony Moly Snail Mucin sheet mask. Yes, because it's snail mucin, it's got a slightly more slimy feel on the face. Pop that on for 10-15 minutes, take it off. You can feel instantly, you can feel that the skin just feels healthier. I don't tend to wear lip balms during the day unless I'm going out and I'm going to be in strong winds, etc. But I do use a sleep mask when I can remember to do it. And when I do, for me, easily the best is the Innisfree Green Tea Sleep-In Lip Mask. It's beautifully rejuvenating without feeling horrible and sticky on your lips overnight. Just a dab of that on your lips before you go to bed, and in the morning there's definitely a feeling that your skin is rejuvenated and the green tea has settled down, and you get a lovely natural plumpness to the lips. For under eye treatments, now I've done under eye treatment videos before and I'll probably be doing some more. There's a plethora of different ones that you can use. A lot of the ones I've used, I have to say, I found didn't do diddly squat for me, weren't worth the money at all. So this one is more expensive, but I've definitely found it to be worthwhile from the very first time I've used it. And that's the Dear Claire's Fundamental Under Eye Brightening Serum. This is one of those serums that, as I say, is expensive, but you do only need a tiny amount. A small bottle will last you easily 3 or 4 months. A few dabs of that underneath the eye, literally it brings down some of the puffiness. It has a almost reflective effect to it, so the eyes look that much more brightened. It is something that I will pop on in the morning just to make me look fresh, and then I will reapply it in the evening if I'm going out, just to take away the slight tiredness look in the eyes. It's expensive, but I've been really impressed with it, so it's definitely my under eye treatment for 2019. For shave creams, no surprise for anyone who's watched my channel for any length of time, it's got to be, again, Taylor's Old Bond Street Sandalwood Shave Cream. It's gorgeous. This is literally luxury on a shave brush. The feel of it is beautiful. It gives a great shave, no sting, beautiful glide for the razor. The smell is absolutely gorgeous. I adore this. I've tried so many different creams and soaps over the years, and I keep coming back to the Taylor's of Old Bond Street. I've tried some of their others, like the lime version, and they're nice, but for me the sandalwood is just that quintessential male smell that makes the whole shave experience so much better. For a post-shave treatment, I will go with ShaveWorks The Cool Fix. Now this is something I've only recently come across. This has a beautiful cooling effect, reduces the sting, also because it has salicylic acid, which is great for bringing down the razor bumps and the razor burns. Really good product. Man Cave's Black Spice Body Scrub. Nothing fancy, a nice zesty peppery smell to it. Gives you all the scrub you need without being harsh. Ridiculously cheap, easily bought in most supermarkets and drugstores. You don't need to spend more than this, just scrubbing over your body. I love it. Kyoso Pedicure is my recommendation for a foot scrub. Now I'm one of these people that's had pretty gnarly dry feet for years and years and years, and I've used intensive creams that have lasted for a couple of days. I've tried these sort of mask bags that you put on, and you basically wrap your foot in it, leave it in there for 20 minutes, and it's supposed to make all the old skin come off and just give you better feet. Nothing's really worked for me until I started using this. I just use this, couple of minutes scrubbing each foot in the shower 3 times a week. Within the end of the week, my feet were great, felt better, looked better. It's also got a lot of ingredients in it which will help with the bacteria, so it helps reduce the chance of smelly feet, etc. So you're scrubbing your face with exfoliating acids, you're scrubbing your body with your body scrub your feet at the same time, everybody's happy. So for me, underarm deodorant Pit Rock Crystal has been a revelation. It doesn't clog the pores. What it does is it acts as an antibacterial, so if you're not keen on the idea of aluminum or aluminium blocking your pores, etc., Pit Rock, a spray of that under each armpit straight out the shower before you dry off. It's great for reducing the bacteria in the area, which again obviously leads to the smell. If you're particularly worried about the sweat, then you may want to top up half an hour later after that's dried down with a standard standard antiperspirant, but for deodorizer, the Pit Rock is quite amazing. For the feet, I go for the Pedicure Foot Spray. This is an easy win for you guys if you're worried about smelly feet, or if your partner is telling you that your feet are a bit whiffy. I keep this in my sock drawer, so a quick squirt on each foot before I put my socks on, good for the day. Very highly recommended. And for the boy bits, for me it has to be Below the Belt's Fresh and Dry Balls, which I'm guessing a lot of guys appreciate and are interested in using, because bizarrely it's got the highest number of views of any videos on my channel. But it's an absolute must-have, guys. If you're not using this, why the bloody hell not? You should be using this. It's a few pounds. It is so worth getting, guys. I cannot stress enough. Below the Belt, get some. Links below. For shampoo, I would go for Paul Mitchell, the One. Now, I've used this shampoo for years, originally following a recommendation from a hairdresser, so you can buy it from many hairdressers in the high street, or you can buy it online. The Malin & Getz Solando conditioner is perfect for someone like myself who washes their hair every day, because I have a job where I'm around medical procedures, etc., and working in a hospital. You just feel like you really need to shower every day, and this is a lovely light conditioner. It definitely conditions your hair, but it doesn't give it that heavy sort of feeling that some conditioners can do, and it doesn't make your hair look greasy, if that makes sense. I've had conditioners where I put the conditioner on, and within a couple of hours my hair just it's clean, it feels clean, but it just looks too shiny and it looks almost greasy. Whereas the Malin & Getz does a perfect job of regularly conditioning my hair with good results, with a daily wash, but without that unwanted shine. My top hairstyling product for 2019 is Blooman's Cavalier Clay. Now this is not a cheap clay, I think it's around about £17 and £18 on Amazon, but it is worth extra money. It's worth putting that little bit extra in. You literally need a little tiny pea size on the end of your hand if you've got hair the length of mine. It does a brilliant result, and if you've got much longer hair, it's got the hold. It's a really quality product. It's very, very popular for very good reasons. So Blooman, thumbs up to you for another outstanding product. For a nighttime moisturiser, sometimes referred to as a sleep mask now, I go for the Ultra Moisturising CosRx Rice Sleep-In Mask. I hate heavy feeling products on my face. I hate that sticky feeling, the fact of if you go to bed and it's a particularly strong or heavy cream you might be using, you lay on your pillow, you can feel the pillow sticking to your face. You get none of that with this CosRx. It's got a very, very high percentage of rice extract. It does a lovely job of brightening and freshening up the skin and drawing moisture into the skin overnight without that horrible tacky feeling. It absorbs into the skin really well. You could almost use it as a daytime moisturiser. I don't, but you could, because it just absorbs in so well without giving a shine or a tackiness to it. Very highly recommended. For retinols, my personal favourite at the moment is the Inky List retinol. Now this is something I've only started using recently. The Inky List is quite a new brand. It's another brand around the price point of the Ordinary, but I've been pleased with this retinol because it's given me noticeable results without any irritation. I have used stronger retinols before. This isn't particularly strong, but if you haven't used retinols before, I would use it once every 3 days, see how your skin settles down to it. I use it every other day at the moment. I don't use it at the same time as I'm using a strong AHA. I don't use it at the same time as I'm using a vitamin C serum. So I alternate it depending on what else I'm using. But if you want to get into retinols, if you want something that's not too irritating, not too strong, at a very low price point, just to get you started to see if it works for your skin, then the Inky List is definitely one to look out for. For a daytime moisturiser, I've only just started using this, but I've been so impressed I'm willing to put it in my top daytime moisturiser of 2019, and that's the Dr. Jart's with ceramides. This is a lovely rich cream that isn't too heavy on the skin. It does an amazing job at repairing the skin barrier, protecting the skin. I'm finding it particularly good this time of winter when you've got a lot of coldness in the air, you've got chill winds. A really good product from Dr. Jart. Definitely worth trying. If you haven't tried one of their products, this is a good one to start with. You can't escape adverts for tooth whitening products on Facebook and on Instagram. They're everywhere, and frankly a lot of the ones I've tried weren't worth the money. They didn't do a single thing. But one product that I have been impressed with is the Pearl Drops Luminous White. This is not so much a whitening everyday product. This is more of a put on and get a whitening effect and a brightening effect. It's perfect for use before you go out, if you want to give that extra little zing, little sparkle to your smile. It's actually a very good product, and it's not stupidly priced. I've seen some of these things on Instagram and on Facebook, and they say they're going to give you, a model's dazzling teeth, and it's only 25 quid or something. Bugger that. Something that's around about a tenner or less is ideal for me, because at the end of the day you don't want to spend an awful lot of money, because if you really need your teeth that white, then you need to be speaking to your dentist at Professional Whitening Solutions. The things you can do at home, there's a limit to what you're going to achieve, but the Pearl Drops is a trusted brand. I've used lots of different products of theirs over the years, and this one in particular I was impressed with. There's not an awful lot of point in giving all this time, effort, money into your skincare unless you're going to protect yourself when you go outside. So for that, my product of the year for 2019 for sunscreen is the CosRx Aloe Soothing Cream. Very easy to apply, no white texture when it goes onto your skin. You don't get that cloudy look on your skin you do with some sunscreens. It feels nice, pleasantly enough smell. It goes onto the skin without feeling heavy, because I hate that heavy feeling. A great product, definitely worth getting for everyday use. And finally, my top fragrance for 2019. This was an easy choice. I've tried lots of fragrances this year, lots of new ones. I've done several videos and lots of people have suggested other brands, other fragrances I should try. But for me, the Acqua di Parma Colombio Mira is divine. This is a scent that it's like seeing Scarlett Johansson in her Black Widow outfit. It just makes your knees go weak. It's an amazing fragrance. It's not cheap, it is very expensive, but if you can afford it, it's definitely something you should look at. If you go into a store, a lot of the time they'll have this sort of size sample of the Acqua di Parma, and it's definitely worth it. So guys, that's my list for 2019. I hope you found that useful. Were any of yours on there? What about things that you found that have been amazing but haven't made it to my list? Let me know in the comment section below. I hope you found the video useful. Do give it a like, it's always appreciated. And if you're tempted to try any of these products here, this isn't a sponsored video in any way, shape or form. Nothing's been provided free. I've paid for everything on here myself. But if you want to support the channel, if you're considering buying these items, have a little look on the Amazon links below. If you do buy from there, I get a very small commission which helps support the channel. Have a great Christmas if you're watching this just before Christmas. I've been Bear Clark. You've been amazing as always, and I'll see you again real soon.